Take a listen.
You know what? I'm just so surprised, you know, for a guy his age, you know, just watching him play over the years, you know, how great he is. You know, I've always been a fan of Tom. Like I'm always call him the GOAT. I mean, even though I play with Pat, he's the GOAT too. But Tom, he's obviously the GOAT of our sport, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just so glad to be able to play against Tom. Hopefully, I can get a jersey swap.
How about that concept? Two GOATs.
Jenna,
Maybe the NBA should take notice. What? Yeah?
Just real quick, I know you were so nice saying thank you. Can I just get this off my chest? GOAT is not plural. There's either one or there's not.
Thank you.
The whole concept of GOAT falls apart when you say, well, he's the GOAT, and I play with Pat, he's the go-to. It's not greatest of all time. It's just greatest.
Wow.
It's a singular thing. Can we just stop with this? He's the GOAT.
Which is why it's Mahomes.
There's some Jordan's a GOAT.
No,
See, there you go.
Way to
But
start.
all that
Sorry,
does
Jenna.
is
I had to
open the box.
Great way to
yes,
start.
And now we have future conversations. All right. Well, then, Brandon, let me ask you. Let's put the GOATs, the greatest aside for 1 second and say, can Tom Brady send a message this weekend with a win over Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
Absolutely. I mean, every Sunday is an opportunity to send a message. And when you look at it, who is he going to send a message to? Themselves. Like, you got to figure out who you are. The Kansas City Chiefs know who they are. The Tampa Bay Bucks, Tom Brady, who are you? This record is not bad. 7-4. A lot of teams would give anything to be 7-4 at this point in the season. But Tampa Bay didn't go get Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't go to Tampa Bay just to win against the bad teams. They brought him in to come win a Super Bowl. So when you look at these matchups against contenders, the champs, you have to show who you are. Now, one game, is it enough? No. Now, we need to see people stacking wins in November and December. They need to figure out exactly who they are, Nick. Tom Brady is a perfect opportunity. We talk a lot about Mahomes. We talk a lot about Andy Reid. We talk a lot about how this offense can beat you so many different ways. But this defense is really good. One of the things that we don't talk about, because it's not a real flashy defense, is their takeaways. They're second in the league in taking away the ball. They got 10 interceptions, 5 fumble recoveries. Tom Brady, he needs to protect the ball. Every time we look up on some type of primetime game, there's a turnover. He needs to come in. They need to have a balanced attack. He needs to protect the ball. If they do that, they have a good chance of beating this team and sending a message to themselves. This will be one of many games that they need to stack heading into December.
Those are all really good points, Brandon. And you're right. There's a lot of teams that would kill to be 7-4. Absolutely. I mean, not the Browns again. They're 7-3. They would be upset if they're 7-4. But there's a lot of teams, bad teams in particular. But I want to talk about two people that I feel badly for preemptively. The first is Tyreek Hill, because I don't know if you heard at the end there, Tyreek saying, "I'm hoping to get a jersey swap." And what do we know about Sunday? Tom Brady ain't going to be on the field to swap no jerseys. After losses, beeline to the... Yeah, you got it. And Brandon, here's what
Brady must have won that game.
I don't know the story about that jersey, but I know this. Either it came after a Jets or Dolphins loss, or it arrived via U.S. mail. It did not come after you guys beat him. Yeah, please, go ahead. And then I'll tell you the other person I feel bad for.
I chased them down after the game. I chased them down after the game. We actually beat them. It was a Dolphins win. I chased them down. I said, Tom, send me your jersey. I said, can I have your jersey? Take it off right now. He said, no, I'll send you one. 3 years later, finally found it in my garage, all wrapped up in a UPS box. So he didn't give it to me right away. He ended up sending it to me. But I had to ask 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So, all right, so listen, maybe you can send Tyreek a message on how to get it. But Wilds, here's the other person I feel badly for. I feel bad for Tom, because this is not a fair fight on Sunday. And so I'm going to go back to March 28th, 2003. Now, that day might not mean much to many of you guys, but it happened to be the night of my senior prom for high school. And I remember this vividly, partly because it was senior prom. I was going to be late for senior prom. Why? because it was the final ever matchup between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Jordan was last year with the Wizards, had a couple weeks left in the season. They weren't going to play each other in the playoffs. And people, you know, kind of tried to set it up as a passing of the torch. But it wasn't a fair fight. It was old and not what he once was, Michael, against in his prime Kobe. And that night, if memory serves, Michael scored in the low 20s, and Kobe scored 55 points, damn near his career high at that point. And that wasn't an indictment on Michael and what he had achieved. It was a statement that it is not his time anymore. And that is where we're at right now in the NFL. It is not Brady's time anymore. We know whose time it is, Wilds. So this idea that Brady is going to be able to send a message or hold off Mahomes, it's not fair to put it in those terms. He's almost 20 years older than the guy. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't expect messages to be sent, and I don't expect this to be a really fair fight for Brady.
I mean, this is fantastic. I don't know who the person is who does Tom Brady's social media, but I hope they clip this off and they can play this before the game, because you just delivered the perfect pump-up soliloquy, Nick. I thought it was fantastic. Here's the thing.
Oh, thanks.
Tampa Bay versus Mahomes, I think is very Jordan Wizardsy. I totally get it. That's why I don't want him to be Tampa Tom or whatever. I can't even get the stupid nicknames right. I don't want him to be that Tom Brady. I want him to be Patriots Tom Brady. And you know what? Bruce Arians should want him to be Patriots Tom Brady. And Brandon, you talked about it yesterday. Do not start slinging the ball through the air. That's not what you do. Do those little dumps to Antonio Brown across the middle. Have Antonio Brown be your new Julian Edelman. He's so much better if he's throwing the ball under 20 yards. And here's the other thing. It's not just like, oh, I'm old, I got a noodle arm. That's the way you've always won. And especially about this team, Katanik, we can move the graphic forward. You get an idea of how good these teams. Look how good the Rams are. We thought this was a misprint. It was not. First of all, because it's accurate. Second of all, because it's not printed. It's a graphic. But the Chiefs are the third best team in defending 20-yard air throws. So, Nick, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have any chance, we need to see more New England Tom Brady rather than this new version of Bruce Arians, Jameis Winston without the interceptions. Bruce Arians just needs to let Tom be Tom and not just be a Jameis clone that makes slightly better decisions.
That's what we're going to see.
Brandon,
Thanks, Brandon.
Then that means that